Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. My name is Captain James Force. This is Narski, and it is the Aussies today to bring you through the UCE Nations Cup 2025. Mate, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I mean, I'm happy to be back on the casting, back in COD Mobile. It's been a while, so maybe a little rusty. I know you've come in for a last-minute sub, and I'm happy, the Aussies locking it down. But fortunately, or unfortunately, it's not about us. It's about Poland and Russia for our first game up. So, it should be pretty interesting. I'm just excited to see what these players really have to bring to the table. I mean, my kind of feet have only been tipped into the waters of COD Mobile so far. I had a lovely season last time here, but this is going to be some new territory for me, and I'm just excited to see what the players bring. It's been an absolute ball so far, so I'm sure they'll definitely provide.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this, right? Like, especially if we look back at last week, both Poland and Russia getting wins. So, obviously, being pools of 4, getting to 2-0 is going to be one giant step towards playoffs. And we've already seen some teams that are qualified. So, for these guys, super important. For the game that's coming afterwards, Iran versus Nigeria, both of those guys, of course, 0-1. So then winning becomes really important because essentially if you lose, you're almost eliminated. But let's pull out some rosters. Poland, Russia. Let's have a look at who will be on the server today.
Yeah, I think Poland, I don't know which one we're starting with, but yeah, Poland netting some interesting players here. Yuk, Aimbot, 2K, Bino, and Lynx. No subs unless we just don't have them up. And, not too familiar with players, but I think it's ballsy coming in with a name like Aimbot. I just got to point that out there. If you're not hitting the shots, if I'm not seeing some crazy stuff out of Aimbot, you're just letting yourself down. I don't think you really pull off a name like that if you're not performing. So, at least on my mind, a lot of pressure on him to perform here as well. And, next up we have Russia.
Yeah, and 2K, I think, underselling yourself. Some people go 3K, 4K, 5K.
Yeah, just the 2K?
2K, just
he's
2K,
modest. He's modest, man.
Just find a multi-kill like every round and you'll be fine. But yeah, if we take a look at Russia, of course, we talked about it earlier. Some of these teams are actual teams, like France. Not all of them, though. It is going to be... Oh, man, I got the hard task. Warrak, Sixlify, Rouge.
Doing good.
Caesar and Q-Rob.
Yeah, I'm quite familiar with 6 or 5. Very, very good player for what we've seen in the previous, showings here on Atlas. And, we're talking about 2K. Maybe it's 41K. Maybe this guy's, blowing himself out of the water. He's feeling good. So, some interesting players. As I said, tip my feet in. 6 or 5, name that stood out to me. And, my memory's pretty bad. So to stand out, we're expecting some big things as well come from the side of Russia. And, I just think it's an awesome concept in general, right? To showcase these players and the countries where they're from and where they're representing. So, a Europe matchup, it's going to be massive. And, I wonder what our map pool is going to look like as well. It's a best of 3, and it will be quite interesting to see where these kind of play up. We've got Slums starting things off, S&D, and then standoff S&D, and takeoff. For that final map if we go the distance. So it's pretty interesting maps. I mean, they get hectic. We know Slums, standoff as well. A great S&D map, has been since the dawn of time. And takeoff to finish that off. Very interesting map selection.
Yeah, and so far, like in a week and a half, right? In 6 game evenings, we've seen 1 takeoff control. Probably the map I know control from the best as well, like just a classic control map. Yeah, Slums has been super good as an opening map, and standoff has kind of been one of those that, at least this week has felt like very momentum based. Like if you can string 1 or 2 rounds together, it feels like you get into this groove and kind of get amongst it. But yeah, I'm excited to see Slums first up. I think this has been also a really good watch actually this week, and I was watching the game on Tuesday between, I think it was England and the Philippines, and then on Monday as well with the Netherlands and Portugal, and both of those games seemed quite back and forth. The Netherlands-Portugal one was like 250 to 230 as well, so super close, and even when you're quite far away like Portugal was, like about 150 points back, still managed to bring it close. But let's get into the action. We are going to be on board with Poland first, and it's going to be Sixelfi, as you mentioned, that finds quite a few of those kills.
Yeah, Russia getting the opening points here, trying to lock in this P1. Always neutral hill, P1, but doing so far to lock things down. Beautiful kills back and forth. We got War 41K coming in as well, locking things down. And, you know, getting that initial is massive. You don't have to worry about P2 rotations just yet. Still 30 seconds of time, and not really time you want to give up if you are Poland. Setting yourself up nicely here on a P1, a mainly neutral hill is always the best thing to start. Hunter Killer coming out as well, gets a nice double. Rob as well, doing a lot of damage here to keep down this P1.
Yeah, as you can tell from the tags as well, a couple of XL players on the side of Russia, so always going to be super, super dangerous from what I remember with those guys as well in the previous, like, UCE tournaments. Just extremely, extremely dangerous on that team. Yeah, it is going to be Russia, 43-7 off the rip.
I mean, you see a lot of time going to P1 for Russia. That usually opens things up for Poland or the opposing team to get themselves on that P2 rotation. Losing that rotation and these gunfights to set up for initial here from Russia on P2 is a massive chain that you really can't afford if you are Poland. You're going to be down to, you know, 80 or so points, given if it's a full 60, you know, on that triple-digit mark, and that's just not the way you want to start it. Finally, some breaks coming in. Fino getting a nice 2-piece, make that 3 as well. Sixelfi now investing the Pred missile. A lot of streaks early coming in from Russia, and that's enough to lock down these crucial points that we're seeing, and this lead just continues to extend and make this very dangerous for Poland off of the start of a very, very exciting and entertaining slumps.
Yeah, there we go. So I had a screen freeze, so I was enjoying listening to something.
You're just enjoying my commentating?
See, but I'm back. Don't worry. Yeah, Russia 89-9 and climbing. Just absolutely dominating at the moment, right? And you can see Poland already moving on to that next point. Fino is gonna find a double kill though. Just sitting below, waiting for them to come out. Nade gonna come out as well from Rouge. It's I'm also hearing it's pronounced Warchick. Is what I'm hearing.
Okay.
So speaking of Warchick, finds a triple. Oh my lord! Way to get it going when we get your name right. Because oh my lord, but Russia once again, nasty. Just Poland have some points, but they're just gonna run over the top of them.
Yeah, I mean, you can afford it, right? If you're Russia, you've already had a great P1, P2 rotation. P3, of course, getting set up by Poland. They do well to hold it down. Invested a couple of specialists. I saw the equalizers in there and a couple of others. But, I mean, at this point, if you're Russia, you can afford. Just take the scrap time. It's 20 seconds. That's going to extend the lead yet again. All that time that Poland was fighting for on this P2 could be yours just off of the scrap. And you can see they're happy to contest it. They're happy to get bodies in just to make this scrappy for Poland, as well as get that P3 rotation. That needs to be looked at, but Poland has good spawns. Now trying to get this spawn trap into the back of P2 as well and make Russia even more dangerous to get into this P3. Again, a lot of work has to be done from Poland here, but when you've got a team playing as good as Russia, you know, it's not really them at fault at this point.
No, it's not. And you can see here, look, 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, just lines them up. Rob with an unbelievable triple kill. It's so hard to get into a site when you decide we're going to push together as a 4 and suddenly 3 of you are dead and you haven't even got anywhere around the corner, and Rob going to find yet another double kill. The man is on 20 kills already, Nasky. Absolutely dominating this map. On the other side, some of the guys 2, 5, 8, a lot of single digits on the side of Poland, and you can see that in the scoreboard.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty difficult, right? If you're Poland, you're stuck in the trap. You keep trying to break these hills, kind of brute force through the front of them. And, you know, something that's kind of about COD Mobile, it's 5v5, very hectic, very fast-paced. It's hard to get yourself back in it at times. We go down here for the second set of rotations as P1 starts to come online. You know, you need these type of players to get involved, to get excited, to at least get, you know, themselves in the game, right? P1, even if it's a write-off for Poland, you have S&D coming up next. You need to be having those guns hot. You can't be iced out off of a hard point in slumps.
Yeah, 100%. With something like S&D, you need to be on it like a car bonnet. It's going to be another triple kill. Back-to-back triple kills. Warchick and Sixelfi. It's going to be Sixelfi with the 4K as well. Can they find any more? It's a 5-piece in the feed. Caesar with a double, but 605 with a 5-piece. And at this moment, I'm not going to lie, mate, it seems a bit like a mercy killing just to try and get this over with, because Poland have just been absolutely rinsed so far.
Yeah, look, it's not great. It's definitely not good looking. 29-point club is not where you want to be if you are Poland. Just 2K now popping a 3, but unfortunately 605 there to shut it down. Yuk as well now trying to get on the action. If you're not getting that 5th. And, you know, they're doing well here on the P1, but it's too little too late. I mean, at this point, I'm going to keep it real. There's no way that Poland could get themselves back in it. There's so many specialists, so many streaks that can be invested. At least the P2 rotation's there. It's a step in the right direction, but at this point, it's for pride, not for the win. And as I said, get those guns hot. Get ready for the S&D. It's time to reset. I mean, Russia can afford to play the contest, can play the scrap time. Poland has so much work on their shoulders, but there's so much damage coming in. The War Machine from Rouge as well in the back spawn keeps them in this trap. Rob there as well for the help. It's a beautiful feed as well with a 3rd on that War Machine, and you can just see there's absolutely no way to break this hill, especially with the Death Machine now invested as well from Russia.
Yeah, Rob with a 4K, Rouge with a 4K, like everyone. Oh my god, Rob has 6 kills. Rob has 6 kills and a pred. He's going for 8. Where's the observer? Where's the observer? The man has 8 kills. What are we doing? He's on an 8 kill streak. He's eventually going to get shut down. Caesar with a double. But yeah, that is going to do it. 250 to 38. And that's... yeah, I think Rob ended up with almost 30 kills there, by the way. Just...
Yeah, I think 30
farmed.
30, no, I think he had more than like 35 plus or something like that. That was the last time I looked. I mean, look, to put it lightly, they got pissed on, but it is what it is. You know, sometimes that's how it goes. You know, that's just the matchup that you get handed. I mean, this is about showcasing talents to get experience as well. You know, it's one of those games. I mean, 2-29, not the greatest stat line. But all things considered, you know, again, it's about experience. There's more to the game and these matchups than just who wins and who loses. And I always try and highlight that, you know, because you can't have growth if you're not getting the experience. And this is the best way to get that experience. And these are very, very good players. You've got 2 from Exclusive. You've got Sixelfi as well, who has a wealth of experience. It's just a phenomenal team to go up against on the Russian side. And coming into the S&D is going to be tough.
Gonna say Sixelfi only died 5 times, by the way. Like,
yeah, he's not even in 6.
That's kind of crazy. But yeah, I mean, if we take it back, right, last week, like you see Poland, like I actually didn't know you could have 0 impact. That's something I learned today, unfortunately for them. But they did beat Nigeria last week, right, and Russia beat Iran. So Poland, like, they are in the W column, and if we pull into a map 2, right, standoff S&D, like, yeah, it's not like they don't know how to win games, but when you're against a team that is just that good, like, you just have no way to get in. And like you said, you just get in that hard point, you're just getting, like, you're just in the turbo mincer at that point. Like, Rob's racking up, like, how many multi-kills did we see in that feed? Like, Rob getting an 8-piece, like, just correct. Like, you just can't do anything about that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's just the, you know, how the cookie crumbles. And, you know, you come into a game mode like S&D, and it is one of those game modes where the teamwork is crucial, obviously. I mean, as in all the games, but a lot of that individual skill starts to show themselves here. And that's where I think we can get some really good gameplay and upsets happening in Call of Duty just as a whole. Because once you have those more tactical, slower engagements, that's when you can see that individual prowess come to play. Now, I'm not saying that Poland's going to pull up a miracle and be the best S&D team you've ever seen here. Yeah, just pumping. But at least they might be able to have some redemption here in terms of showcasing what individual talent they can bring to the table against a team like Russia. Because once you get into a hard point, it's very team-orientated. You need to be on the rotations. You need to be playing together. You need to be working together for breaks. But coming into an S&D, obviously those fundamentals are there, but again, as I said, there's a lot more room for showcasing that individual talent, so it would be a great opportunity to see some more cool and highlight plays coming out from Poland if it's not necessarily to win the match. Because we're not going to kid ourselves, 39-point club, it's been a hot minute since I've seen anyone get, you know, I guess dumpstered that badly, but, you know, I don't want to kick them while they're down. I think there's a lot of potential in the team. It wasn't like they were getting completely, you know, slain to the max and they couldn't get any kills as a whole, as a team. So, I think they held up fairly well. I don't think the stat line, I see a stat line like that, I'm thinking no one's getting kills on the team. Like, you can't get a single break, you can't get anything going, and it was more just better team play coming out from Russia, and of course better slaying in some departments. But I think Poland also had their moments there where they can show that we can fight back, we can shoot back, we are at that level of individual skill, even though we might not have the best chemistry going around it.
Yeah, and I mean, you saw it there as well. Like, there was good rotations, there were good setups, like there were good spots where they found multi-kills and then started to get some points. It's not like they got goosed, but yeah, it just seemed to come in like as soon as Russia went like the team push, then it was just kind of over. And then you just saw like Poland try to do anything, like, oh, we're gonna jump out here with 4 players. Rob kills 3 of you before you've done anything. Like, there's just like no way that you can kind of go against that. But I agree. I think like I love watching S&D on this map. I think it's good fun. I think there's a lot of kind of like outplay potential, and there's 1 or 2 very sneaky spots that you can hide, legal or not. There's a couple of incredibly sneaky spots, but I'll be interested to see kind of what these teams can do. It is going to be Poland who start on the defense. Question is, what can they do on this defense?
Yeah, we've got some snipers out. A big Chell coming out from Caesar. Now going to take down Aimbot. Massive first blood there to kick off the start for Russia. Going for a second. It's a massive Chell onto 2K as well. Caesar around the outside now, putting a lot of damage and a lot of pressure into Poland's back pocket. Bomb as well, going down from Warchick. And it's a very, very strong start here, leaving 2 alive here for Poland.
Yeah, it's not great. It is going to be round 1 already that goes to Russia. A lot of people in chat saying stage 5 versus tier 2, which is kind of explains the gap, if we're honest. But that's also what's good about this, right? Is like how often, like you mentioned as well, how often are, quote, tier 2 teams going to be playing against stage 5 teams? Huge kill there from Poland. Oh, I was going to say, they had a man advantage as well, but that man advantage and then some is snuffed out. Rob with a 2K, and it's just going to be Aimbot. Time to put it into practice. Sixelfi gonna claim him. And yeah, like that, for example, Nusky, like, great start from Poland to get a man up, but then just like, wham bam, thank you ma'am, and they're all dead.
Yeah, well, exactly what we're commenting on, right? Like, they had a great opening there, beautiful set nades. They know what works. They work the trades, and then it collapsed, later into the round, that mid-round sort of setup. And that's things they can learn from. That's things they can, look back on. And as you said, how often do you see these teams versus each other? Probably not very often. And it's great for the experience, and a beautiful Chell from Rob as well, opening up that round and closing it out as well at the same time. We've got Aimbot in the back, not quite getting the pick. Yuk as well with a sniper over the side and leaving it 2 versus 4 in a very awkward spot on the tank with Warchick hot on your heels. It's not going to be fun for Yuk as he tries to run with his tail between his legs.
Yeah, Warchick gonna find him as well, but I think like it just shows the level of experience there, right? Is like Aimbot finds some damage and then just pushes wide open out of a door, and then Russia's just like, oh well, we've got 3 people looking at that, so like you're just dead. Whereas I think most players would kind of back off and kind of try to find another angle or call in support. And I think like that's kind of where the difference between these two is, that you can, like, at a base level, you can tell where the skill diff is.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a decision-making thing, right? With experience comes that second nature. They get the kill. They know exactly where they need to be on the map next. They know exactly what the next play is. They know where they're going, where they're heading. Where, for me, Poland, they might get the pick and they might do something good, but they don't really know how to catalyze off of that and, extend that into a deeper plan. But, just as I say that, some big kills coming through for Poland could necessarily be their first round. Some big picks, and that'll be everyone dead, and a beautiful defuse to get Poland a round on the board. And this is exactly what I'm talking about, S&D, slower paced, more opportunity for those individual plays, and they come through, and Poland getting around on the board.
Yeah, huge for Poland, right? Especially when you're the defense, to find a way to find a round. And again, like, taking advantage of being ahead, right? And that's something that's so important. And, I cast a lot of Counter-Strike, and it's the same thing. Oh my god, great nade. It's the same thing. Like, when you're ahead, you gotta make use of the man advantage. Huge as well. Rob with the miss, gonna get punished. This is how they do it. It is going to be a trade, although Fino does find a couple, and it's a 3v1 right now. What can Rouge do?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Well, found a double, but yeah, got owned. Oh my lord. Yeah, I was about to say, what can they do? Find an insane kill, but yeah, just in the 3v1 was never, unfortunately, going to be able to find 3 without getting shot, but a fantastic effort. 3-2 now. Poland, a couple of rounds in a row, and this is looking good, Nusky.
Yeah, I mean, I got to say, chaining together 2 big rounds, getting themselves back in it at least, and again, more competitive, right? You know, you can say stage 5, tier 2. Well, you know, you're seeing a team that really had no right in, you know, getting any rounds based off of that hard point, coming in here and finding some good stuff here, some good executes. So we'll see here now, going into round number 6, if they're able to bring this back 3 versus 4. Warchick in a very awkward spot. Caesar as well going for the flank here around house, and maybe you find a pinch. 2K now is going to drop. 6 will fight. And as well, Caesar getting that kill in the back, all up to Fino, but he will drop shortly after. Russia doubling the score here for 2 as we go into round 7.
Yeah, switching sides as well, right? Poland going to be the attackers, but you just saw, like, the team play there, like, just trapping a player up the top in Russia, then getting the flank on and just finding ways, and Warchick finding the last kill, and yeah, just suffocating Poland. A huge nade as well from 605. Gonna find aimbot. Fino does get the 1-shot, 1-kill going. Finds a second one as well. Still not traded out. It's a 3v2. Make it a 2v2. And Poland have got to convert. Fino finds another. Is that 3 on the round? Can they find this last kill? Russia in the defense. Rouge with the snipe. Can they do anything? Bomb about to be picked up and potentially planted, though. Looks like on this A site, and Rouge is trying to look around the other way. And I think the bomb is going to be planted, though.
Yeah, I mean, you got Rouge, 1v2, all snipers. BMP, I think, picked up as well for Fino in the back pocket. Bomb now going down, a big rotation as well from Rouge now. Could try and find that opening pick. He's hit some filthy snipes so far, and I'll be excited to see if he can do it here. Not easy. Yeah, nade over the top. Not going to quite get him. Maybe giving information here behind Tractor for one of those plays, and it will come through Yok. The nice kill onto Rouge and bringing Poland a 3rd round. And they're keeping up. I mean, you can see they bounce back. I think it was a 3v4 there. Could be mistaken, but, you know, they bring it back here with a man advantage, and it's beautiful for Poland. So, again, that experience continuing to build. They continue to evolve, and they're making this S&D very, very exciting.
I think it's good for, like, the VOD review as well, right? Like, hardpoint, you got a bit minced in the blender, but that's kind of how it is. But S&D, like, this is good stuff. Like, watching some kills, some damage coming down. 2K getting a kill as well. Oh, Rob does find Fino. That's pretty huge. Yuk gonna find the trade, though. 2K's here, getting chased out. You can see, but this is the level of comms, right? Like, they know where 2K is. He's gonna go down to Warchick as well in the back. Now, it is going to be Yuk, who does find another 2v2. So, again, make it... Oh, my God, he's actually missed. Oh, and he gets punished as well by Rouge on the cross angle. But now they know where Rouge is. Punishment there as well. And it's going to be 6-all fight in the 1v1 against Brozquinka.
Yeah, but the best attempt you could. I'm sure, you know, I bet my life that's not even close to how it's pronounced, but... You know, it's the best we can do in our current situation. And, you know, I got to say, it's a very interesting 1v2 to be left into. He gets one in the back, and this was their bottom frag in the hard point. Now coming in with some damage here in the search. Yeah, he might have seen 605 there. Now dancing around the tank. 605, no idea he's here. But he walks up, able to get a kill in the back. Maybe one shot. Now the World Star could be coming through for 605. Not quite. Shut down in Poland, even it up 4-4. Spicy S&D for what should be a runaway game for this Russian squad. And just goes to show, you know, all that experience, but what's going wrong here in this search?
Oh my God, that was... Oh my God, I was scared for a moment right there. The 229 flashbacks were happening right there. But no, in the end...
we all saw it.
Yeah, well, oh my God. 605 in the end, getting taken down. Blush is worse spared. Fino. Oh, sorry, Aimbot does find one, so Rob gonna take him out. Take Aimbot out. It's going to be Oh, beautiful shot by Rouge as well. Tundra. And Russia look almost like they're playing with their food a little bit. Rouge gonna get taken down. Fino gets taken down. It's a 1v3, quickly snuffed out. And Russia, who lose 2 in a row, are going to find their first defensive round.
Yeah, bring it back a little. I liked what they did. Every time they were losing a player, they're there for the trade. They're there for those re-engagements, those refrags. They're not going to let those go to the wayside. And, you know, it is one of those things where, you know, you've got to be kind of wary of your positioning, and Caesar as well, running up the guts. It's going to find 2, but the trade not quite there for aimbot. Down to player now, 2 versus 4, as Warchick continues to press the pace. Good stun as well. Beautiful stuff as York tries to bring back from 6 or 5, but it's not enough. Now going to match point here, 6-4 for Russia, as they try and take this search and destroy as quick, well, not as quickly as the hard point, but, you know, still reasonably comfortable. Poland doing a great job of evening things up, making it more competitive. But again, Russia, when they start to lock it in, you can see it's just a little bit more consistent, a little bit more dangerous, and a beautiful shot from Rouge there to kick off the round.
Yeah, when you're shooting people through walls and then getting one shot with the shotgun, this is pretty much over. It is going to be just Broshfinka. That's the last one left.
Oh, that sounded more spicy.
Yeah, it was trying. You know, gotta get the Zeds in there going. You know, it's just gonna hide in the corner. I rate it. Does not manage to find 1 though, and 4 will survive. And Russia, 7-4. You're right. Wasn't quite as quick as the hard point. But if you're Poland, like, you take 4 rounds, man. Like, you looked good.
Yeah, I mean, look, they had great moments there, and honestly, it was when Russia started to go, okay, let's, you know, play a little bit smarter, a little bit more tactical. Let's slow it down, which is a kind of a hard thing to do in general for a lot of players, especially not hardly experienced players. COD can feel like a very, very fast-paced game a lot of the time, and it is, right? Like, you're constantly in gunfights, you're constantly getting up. You know, they're not these slow-paced rounds a lot of the time, even in Search, where the gameplay is a bit slower. But, you know, Russia able to do that, and they go, you know, we're just going to play each other's trades, going to play near each other, and they were able to work the map pretty efficiently there with some nice team chem. So, you know, credit to Poland, though. As I said, you know, that individual gameplay can come out, and, you know, it just goes to show, I think 2 kills from one of the players there in Poland in the hard point brings it back as well. Just everyone, you know, having a good showing here and showing they can at least hang, right? They have that individual gunfight, even if they don't have the experience as a team.
Yeah, I mean, look, like, you're going positive as well. Like, Fino 9-9 had some good shots as well. Like, 2K just having a real struggle town, but on the other side, like, Rob double positive, Warchick almost triple positive, like 6 or 5 double positive. Like, it's like, that's just like, you just can't win games against that. Like, at the best of times. And look, I mean, like we said, much better showing in that S&D versus the hard point. So I don't think there's any kind of like shame for Poland there. Like, you just got beat by a really good team, like, made up of really good players. But we're going to throw to a break. When we come back, it is Iran versus Nigeria. One team needs to keep their playoff shot alive, make it to that 1-1 total. The other one, 0-2, going to have a real struggle. But we're going to find out which team that is when we come back after the break. So don't go anywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Earlier we saw Russia take down Poland pretty comprehensively 2-0. Now it is the battle of the 0-1 teams. Iran versus Nigeria. Who will go to 1-1? Who will go to 0-2? We're about to find out. My name is Captain James Force. This is Narski, and this is the UCE Nations Cup 2025. Mate, yeah, huge display by Russia. What do we think for this game, though?
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping it's not as one-sided as we saw the Russia-Poland game, but I have been deceived before. It's still early on. You're still trying to figure out where people stand and where the players are differentiating themselves. So, you know, both teams being 0-1, it's obviously a big game to try and see who's going to come out on top. I imagine both fairly competent in being, evenly matched, but I could be wrong, going into this. So, we'll have a look at the rosters, see where the players are sitting, and see what we come to expect from this match, because it is one of those matches where it's a bit of a toss-up, right? Both teams 0-1, both teams trying to get a little bit ahead, not go down in that 0-2 path and set themselves on a bad foot. So coming in from Iran, take us through it.
It's Viva, Nariman, Undead, Ares, and Ipoko. Yeah, and I think, interesting to note as well, right? Nigeria lost to Poland, so Nigeria still have to play Russia. So if you're Iran, this is a massive game for you. If you can win this game, it then turns into, you versus Poland to qualify. Whereas if Nigeria win and Iran then win, for example, you can end up in a really weird, everyone's on 1-2 and it's just, super odd. But, yeah, I think for Iran, super important that you get this win. Nigeria, Eni, Devilman, Mandem, 4G, and K-Money. Speaking of nicknames, mate, maybe 4G needs to become 5G, and then we'll have a.
It's a bit behind the times on that one.
Yeah, we'll have a bit of a better time, I think, just between you and me.
I love these names. They're kind of stylish, like Mandem, 4G, K Money, they just they just got a bit of swag to them. I like it. Nigeria coming in with some nice names. But, yeah, I mean, as you said, right, Nigeria losing to Poland, then having to go up against Russia is going to be a rough kind of matchup for them. So, Iran looking to kind of get in front of it and, set themselves up nicely here going forward. Nigeria as well, a lot of pressure. They've lost to Poland. They've just seen Poland versus Russia, knowing that they have that match coming up. It's going to be massive for them as well on the flip side to go 1-1 here. But going forward as well, the map pool, let's see what we've got. For this series, again, another best of 3. Slums, standoff, takeoff. It's just the same, rinse and repeat. I don't know if it's not been updated, but if it isn't, pretty crazy that we got the exact same map.
Yeah, it's just the same maps. It's all about that competitive integrity in it. Everyone plays the same maps each week. It's actually the whole week. So everyone's been on Slums Hardpoint the whole week. And then next week we change all the maps. And last week there was the change of all the maps.
I see.
So,
I see.
Yeah, so it also kind of is going to be good then to see how these two teams match up against each other. Seeing that Russia got such a dominant victory against Poland, it's kind of how do you kind of come back and face each other on that and kind of get a good takeaway before you move on to a different hardpoint map for next week. So I'm excited to see how this goes. I think everyone's ready. So I'm thinking we might be getting into game pretty soon. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, we're ready to start things up. And again, Slums looking to try and get the guns hot. I mean, you have a lot of good gunfights here. We saw the standoff in the last series. I mean, look, it wasn't the greatest showing, but standoff, you have a lot of those snipers coming out, a lot of those big gunfights where you can have some massive impact coming out from there as well. So standoff's always a nice second map if you come off of the back of this Slums. Slums seems to be always a bit hectic. There's a lot of paths that you have to defend. The rotations have to be pretty solid, and they're pretty quick rotations as well. Like you see P1 to P2 at the back, very quick to get from P1 to P2. P3 over the other side, but P3 to P4 as well is a really short rotation. So to chain together those hardpoints is pretty easy and can get you in a very dangerous spot, as we saw previously from Russia, Poland. So it'll be interesting to see. P1 wasn't very neutral in the last series. I'm looking to see it a little bit more neutral here, get some points back and forth. It'll be on those P2 rotations. You lose the P2, it'll be on who gets P3, P4. We'll see how it starts. Nigeria and Iran looking to try and go head-to-head here in this Slums hardpoint in this best of 3 for the UCE Nations Cup.
Yeah, I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see how these two go. Right, like I think for me, like watching Poland kind of get dismantled by Russia kind of leaves me questioning how is how is Nigeria going to fare here? Like, I actually didn't see the result from last week between Russia and Iran. Right, so I might have to go check that. We're back. Hello. You saw a little bit of slums.
Yeah.
But it's a remake, so we're back.
Saw some slums, saw us. Yeah, but lobby remake, and yeah, we're looking pretty for the camera. Fortunately for you guys, you see our lovely faces.
No.
Yeah. And, I mean, it's one of those situations where, you're coming into this, it can be a bit nervy as well going into this series, I feel like. And the beautiful thing about COD is it's so fast paced in the hard points that you can really get yourself into that rhythm. Unfortunately, we didn't quite see that from Poland in the last matchup. But I think for teams as a bit more evenly matched, that's where it really starts flowing, right? You see a lot of teams, they come up early, they start hot. The other team brings a back late game and makes it a little bit more even. Sometimes brings them that win. So I think this series is going to be a bit more interesting. We may get to see the takeoff control, which could as well pose a bit of an interesting concept once we see these two teams play against each other and how they play against each other, whether or not that's going to be beneficial for them going into the takeoff control. Because, as control is, especially in the landscape of COD, it can be a little bit tricky to play against. It takes a lot of team coordination. You've got to make some split-second decisions. You've got to work out how to manage your resources, right? Like how many lives you're willing to sacrifice to try and hit 1 point or defend 1 point. And, there's a whole different kind of kettle of fish when you go into that style of the game. But for now, we're going to focus on hardpoint. Lobby is up. Slums is up as well. P1 underway, and we'll see which kills are going to go where as we get some first points on the board from Nigeria.
Yeah, I'm hearing also, by the way, that Mdu is Ipoko. So that's, a good old name change. Mdu, though, speaking of, finds a double. Psycho getting a double as well. So, yeah, Envy on the backside. XN9 finding a double. It's also good, we talked about it, but Nigeria, that XN9 team, they are a whole team. So, you feel like the comms should be a little bit better between them.
Yeah, that chemistry is definitely going to flow, definitely going to show itself. Iran, though, as well, doing a nice job on P1 to at least make it contested. I think P2 is going to be on the looks here. We'll see if they're able to get it. The rotation might be in from Iran, but you see the rotation already deep from that number 1 player. It is going to be Devilman trying to get some of those kills. He may find this rotator as well from the side of Iran in the back, but he does lose the gunfight. So P2 happening off screen, but they do get the spawns. And Iran as well, with a big P1 lead, now coming into P2. It's a great rotation and a massive 1v1 to win. I can't remember the player, but on Devilman for him to drop, and you can just see now Nigeria have to try and break through the front. They have to invest some stuff, but when you've got any K Money and Devilman with that team cam breaking through the front like that, it's tough scenes for Iran. Yeah,
it will be. Nariman, who does find a beautiful triple, actually finds a quad as well, and the 5-piece. Hello, 5 on the board. Meanwhile, Ares with 3 as well, and this is kind of what we saw in the first game as well, right? Like, when Russia managed to just absolutely put Poland into a box, it seems to be the same thing right here. Nariman and Envy are going to find that trade, but it is going to be 4G who finds 2 with the Predator missile. Yeah, Nigeria, I have to say, doing a good job of fighting back, because Iran, with so many of those kills together, easily could have run away with this Nusky.
How on earth is Nariman on 17 kills in this P2 already? I mean, it's barely going to go offline here. He's hit double digits and then some. No one else in the lobby has hit double digits. Then Mdu has just finally hit that double digit then. 18 as well for Nariman as he continues to go off. We've got Ares now trying to approach this P3. Maybe open things up. K-Money under some heavy gunfire gets out with very little HP. The wallbang's trying to come through, not quite getting it. Devilman there for the help as well. But Ares and Nariman, the dynamic duo coming through, and finally the kills drop. But it might not be enough. K-Money investing that claw, and it will save him in that P3 momentarily. But never mind, the Sparrow clapping back. These specialists getting invested, and this is where it starts to get spicy. That P3 specialists are online, and it becomes very difficult to hold. My apologies. but not when Devilman comes in with a two-piece like that. Beautiful stuff from Nigeria to continue to extend this lead.
Yeah, and they are going to take the lead, right? And it comes off the back of this huge hold in P3, and you can see, yeah, good night. 2B getting rinsed around the corner. It's always confusing to me. Like, I'm such a CS gamer. Like, the amount of skins that I see is just always...
Yeah, it gets a bit wild.
Trips me out.
It's a bit wild. I mean, even for me, like, you know, you see him in I guess, you know, normal COD, but COD Mobile, it's like lasers, stuff going on everywhere. You got specialists, 5v5. It is chaos. I mean, if you love this game, it's for the chaos that it brings, and we see it here. I mean, look at that. There's like a portal coming out when you die. It's insane. Back to the game. Nigeria still extending that lead, still going strong, almost doubling the points of Iran. And Iran, as I said, starting off hot, looking good, but Nigeria starting to warm up a little bit. Devilman continuing to be the 666 in the back of Iran as they cannot do anything to stop him, and he is still on that spree. It is disgusting what Nigeria is doing right now. 30 seconds still on the clock, still on this P4, and you can still see Iran going for these breaks, and unfortunately not quite getting what they want. But if M2 has anything to say about it, we might finally see the break for 20 seconds of scrap.
Yeah. That is going to be Mandem, though, clapping back with a two-piece. And it's just crazy in there. You talked about the scrap, a 4K for Ares, make it a 5, make it a super kill. And oh my god, again, you're getting a super kill for less than 10 seconds of work. The Pred comes in as well, finds another double. And this has been like a 10-kill life for Ares. Get that man the killing frenzy, because he is murdering everybody right now. Nariman with a two-piece as well. And this is exactly what they needed. Iran going psycho, going everything. But again, look at this. One push from Nigeria. Everyone dies, and they found a way back into this site again, Nasky.
Yeah, I mean, there's no question about the slaying power coming out from Iran here, but the problem is impact. And we can see the impact coming out from Nigeria is so much higher than what we see from Iran. Ares, sure, going on a 10 spree, but as you said, 10 seconds of scrap time, not really even getting a break into P1, and also allowing P2 spawns to potentially come through here for Nigeria. It is a pretty deadly combo that you're seeing, you know, from Iran, where they're kind of digging themselves a death spiral of sorts, where they're getting these kills, but, you know, at what cost? They're not quite utilizing what they can gain off of it. Again, 4 seconds of scrap time here. Nigeria, double the points. They don't get the P2 rotation, so that's at least one benefit here for Iran, and it's what they need to get back in the game. We'll see how this extends going forward. A Death Machine now getting invested from Psycho. It's going to be a very mixy P2 that we're going to have to see.
Yeah. What can they do, though? That's the real question. Nigeria putting time on the clock. Nariman now with the War Machine. Does find a couple before getting taken down by the Sparrow. The old bow and arrow. Oh my god. Mdu finds one. Thought he was going to claim one there as well. K-Money gets taken down. Mdu trying to push out as well. He's going to get taken down by 4G. Nariman with the trade. And it's double kills for the side of Iran. And here comes the equalizer. Doesn't get that much done though, in fairness. Let me talk about this for 1 second, Nusky. Nariman is on 35 kills right now. Russia only managing to put up a max of 35 in their game, but this game, mercifully, has been a lot closer as Viva also finds a double. But again, it's just this same thing for Nigeria. Like, they find so much time, and then Iran bursts through and gets the scraps.
Yeah, starting to pay dividends now. 123, 149. We saw Nigeria with a great hold onto P3. We'll see if that happens here yet again as it comes online. See a wide setup here. Mandem now trying to lock down this left side and make sure no rotators come through, but does let one slip behind the smoke. Unfortunately for him, and he's there with the Death Machine and causing havoc right now. Look at the peak. Beautiful stuff. Teamwork from the ARs going a long way here for Nigeria. 50-point differential. They continue to inch closer to that lead. The scrap time might be Iran's again, but again, you cannot survive on this scrap. You will be behind the 8 ball, and it's good to keep in the game, but you need to be locking down these points. You need to be on the rotations, and unfortunately as well for Iran, they don't have spawns. Nigeria able to get towards that P4, chain this together very successfully. They're putting so many bodies to try and get this scrap. Unfortunately, it's costing them that rotation, and we might see a very big lead starting to develop here from Nigeria, if not already. That's a full 60 under their belt.
Yeah, and that's kind of the thing right there, right? Is Iran, it's almost role reversed. Iran find a good amount of time, but Nigeria clean out a 15-second scrap, and the lead's back to 60 points. Like, yeah, Iran's getting time, and Iran's, like, looking good with the setup, but if you allow Nigeria to just 15 scrap, 15 scrap, 20 scrap, like, they're just going to get all the way there, and that's kind of the problem that Iran have, is now they're so far behind. They really need a good hold, but it's Nigeria on that hold right now. Nariman with the War Machine, by the way, and 39 kills. We're on board as he tries to make it 40. He's going to fire the War Machine off. Not going to be able to find anything. Not going to be able to hit that 40 just yet, but Iran getting in this site. But again, if Nigeria find, you know, 10-15 second scrap at the start and a 10-15 scrap at the end, well, that's kind of all you need.
Yeah, I mean, you can just see it. Iran investing so much to get this break, and yet again, we have to talk about the scrap. What are they gaining here? Not a lot, given P1 is the next hill, so you really don't have to set up for rotations or anything like that, but you've got to be thinking about P2. You're behind in this game. You're 70 points-ish away from Nigeria. You need to be connecting this P1 into the P2, fight for the spawns early, make sure that you have as much potential as possible going forward. But Nigeria just getting the frags, getting the picks. It's contested now on P1. They need to come out on top of Iran. Don't want to lose this. But Nigeria come out with the frags. The spawns coming in. Aries looking to try and do as much damage as possible. 37 for him on the board. 42 for Nariman. You can see the passion that's coming through for them, but I don't know if it's enough to try and take this hard point.
Yeah, 40 seconds on this point, and every single second that it ticks for Nigeria is one more killer blow for Iran. Aries with a 3-piece though. Looks like, oh, Viva had a 3-piece too. Just need the Annihilator out for Viva, who does get annihilated. 3 dead. Still 20 seconds on the clock, but if Nigeria again can clean up this 20 seconds of scrap, and you talk about, you know, Iran trying to jump in for this scrap, but now they have to. You can't let Nigeria get 10 seconds of scrap because they'll just clean out this game. So Iran, holding on by the bootlaces right now, are going to find those couple of extra seconds. It's only, I say only, it's only a 42-point gap. So it has reduced from that 60, but there's just so little time. 22 seconds until Nigeria finishes. Iran have to go perfect for an entire minute, and they still won't even win this game. So, yeah, what can Nigeria do? They can close it out on this hill right here.
Problem is, Iran used so many specialists to try and break into that P1 and get as much time as possible. You can't blame them, but look at P2 now. So hard to break. The Sparrow is invested from M2, finds a big 2. The help there from Viva and Aries as well will clean things up, but the spawn's still in the back for Nigeria. They have got the close spawns towards the back of the hill, but the War Machine comes out from Nariman. It's enough to hold him down. It's 4 down as well. The spawns may flip here in a second. Equalizer's trying to get invested by Devilman, but it gets shut down immediately. I've never seen so much impact from a War Machine, cleaning out everyone. Still 10 seconds left, and they have to defend everything with their life. Any, though, in with the sub, able to do so much damage. Nigeria still trying to end this here on P2. P3 a world away, no one close, the gloves out. Everyone trying to rush towards this P3. Iran doing everything to stop this match from ending here, but Nigeria so close to this next rotation, and you can see there's absolutely no way they can get this rotation in. A War Machine invested from Mandem. It is all but over if they don't get this contest, especially when you've got so much damage coming through the front, but it's Aries able to find 2, and that's a massive opening for Iran. They could flip this on its head.
Oh my god, finds 4 now as well. But I want to talk about that War Machine. Like, Nariman 52 kills, Aries 51 as well. And their hold is so important. And they're doing it. They're doing it, Narski. It's only 8 seconds to go and you can see Nigeria flooding forward. And I don't think they've got enough time. Maybe they're going to get there. Oh my god, the final push. I didn't think they would have it. But they got the final push in. Oh my god, you gotta feel so bad for Iran right there. 2 players dropping 50 plus kills and you lose by 5 points. After 1 point you were down by 60. They were down by 60 points and they brought it all the way back. Look at that, 53 for Aries, 53 for Nariman. What a performance.
Yeah, I mean, it was an all-round. I mean, look at the hill time as well. Everyone playing their part. No one trying to be the kill kitten. I mean, it really was an impressive game from both sides. I think their downfall You had the specialists invested on P1. They do a great job on the Sparrow and War Machine being reinvested through Naruman and Mdu. But the problem was you come to P3 dry, right? They had to try and throw all these bodies in. They do get it. And don't get me wrong, right? This could have been a complete coin flip. They only just lost it. But again, it was to the specialists. The Claw gets invested from the side of Nigeria there, and they just had no way of combating it. They'd already burned all the specialists. All their trump cards have been invested. They were holding as best as they could. The spawn's too close. No one on the rotation quick enough, and P3 just gets collapsed. That's simply unfortunate for Iran, but it's kind of how it goes, right? You're using your resources. You're trying your best to make it the most of it, and there's not really much they could do, but it is what it is. I mean, a bit of a coin flip, but a great play from Nigeria to close things out, and a very, very close hard point to start things off in this series. The S&D now coming up. This could be the best of three. The map 3. We could see takeoff control. You could put it either way. We have some great slayers here on the side of Iran, as you saw. I mean, pretty much 3 people popping 50. I think we have 49, 52, 53 or something like that from 3 players, Ares, Mdu, and Nariman. But yeah, coming into the S&D, it's going to be a bit of a different story. Things have to slow down. Sometimes that helps people. Sometimes that might slow them down. Might be hard for them to get those frags that they come to expect because it's not so straightforward. But we'll see.
You mean it's gonna be? You mean it's not gonna be like 53 kills in S&D? I can't believe.
I mean, yeah. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? No, I mean, like, but real talk, like that. That kind of P2 hill where Nariman just rips a war machine and then drops like a 6 bomb, like that was crazy. Like to just pull Iran from, like I said, 60 points down at one point to drag themselves all the way into this kind of winning position, but in the end just off the cliff with the fingernails and just couldn't hold on as Nigeria stamped them off. But yeah, just a huge confidence builder, but like we talked about, so important for Iran that they win this game. Because if they can win this game and they can go against Poland, it's going to be massive. If they have to go to a game 3, like, then map difference starts to take effect in heads-to-heads. If, Russia continues their domination, like, it's very possible if Nigeria can close this out, this pool goes to 3 teams at 1-2. Right, and then you've got a really super weird situation. So yeah, thankfully we're not in control of that to try and work that out. But yeah, for Nigeria, got to get it over the line now. You had a massive lead, you almost blew it. Now you got to show that you can clutch up in an S&D. You got to show that you can get it sorted and really push towards that finish.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And coming into this as well, it's about resetting the mental a little bit, right? Iran thinking that they were in the back foot. They do all this work to try and get the comeback, but unfortunately Nigeria just pinching it off in the end. Yeah, tough scenes, bit of a tough mental break as well. Both these teams being 0-1, it's a very important game. They have a lot to lose here. It is one of those moments. So standoff as a D has to be a reset here for Iran. They have to go into this thinking, okay, we've got the slaying power. We know we're evenly matched. We just have to be a little bit more strategic, a little bit more mindful of how we're going to be utilizing our plays, because that realistically was the downfall there. Utilizing so many specialists, trying to get off the back foot, giving up too many rotations. It came back to bite them even right till the very end, right when that clause invested and the P3 gets broken. So of course not quite the same situation here coming into the search, but a little bit of the same philosophy, right? You need to be mindful of what is going to be happening in the map, how we're going to be adapting to it. Are we going to be sending too many plays to one side, or making a dumb route or anything like that, where you just have to be mindful of it. You can't make those mistakes.
Yeah, exactly. And like you said, so much pressure on Iran now, but the same with Nigeria. Yeah, you managed to clutch up right at the end, but now you've got to win this game, right? Because if you can't put Iran away, who knows what might happen in a map 3, right? How much will they rue not being able to 2-0 this if they go on to lose, and then you play Russia and you're essentially just out the tourney, right? Because Russia are playing so lights out right now. So like I said, 0-2, not where anyone wants to be, but we're going to crack into this. Iran on the defending side, Nigeria on the attacking. Iran are going to have to do some absolutely top-tier defending right now.
Let's see how they kick things off. No one yet to drop, but the first blood will be Devilman. Viva kicking off in the S&D so far with the first blood. No bomb going down yet as well. Second one for Viva as Mandem drops. You can see them trying to work one of these sides, but it's Mdu as well. Coming in with that scope. Able to find 4G. No one coming alive here from Nigeria. Finally, one gets back from K-Money, but you've got a long way to go if you're trying to win this round.
Ooh, gonna be the quick scope. Does find the kill. Oh, K-Money finding one as well. In the 1v3. Question is, what can they do? It's not spotted. Does have the bomb. 50... Oh, does not have the bomb, actually. Thought they had the bomb, sorry. 50 seconds to go. And Iran actually have no idea where he is. This is super sneaky.
Around.
Yeah, probably going to get caught in the back, though. Oh my god, wait. Is Ares not looking? Surely Ares spots him. Oh my god. Mdu might be getting shot in the back right about now. Oh, this is actually...
Problem is bomb, right?
Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, problem with bomb, but... Yeah, Ares eventually looked in the right direction, but geez, that was... Nah, I was like, surely they don't 1v3 by just sneaking the whole map.
Defend the objectives. The enemy has
I mean, part of it is as well, like, you have to try and get the bomb in the middle of the map. You had that triangle type setup. A lot of players you had to try and take down, but very much done. Nariman as well with the first blood here. K-Money is going to drop. Iran getting so many valuable first picks here. Nigeria, not really a way to counter it. No one playing for the trades. Just getting caught off guard. And those mistakes I was talking about on the side of Iran now happening on Nigeria. You can't be allowing these mistakes to happen. These first bloods to drop so easily and so readily. No one playing aggressively on the A side as well. Now finally someone from Iran getting in, but look how passive this setup is from both teams. No one really did take an inch, but Mandem, the one to strike. Now it's evened up. Mdu drops the sniper. And you've got another one maybe coming here for a second, trying to go for the quick scope. Doesn't spot him in the smoke, but maybe a reposition. And Devilman, look at him. Patience is key. Psycho getting a little bit over aggressive. Beaver going to find one off screen, but a second one maybe. Devilman dropping the kill, and the help is there, and that's why you need to play together. You need to play these trades. Nigeria single-handedly dropping each player, and unfortunately, they will pay for it.
Yeah, Nigeria now, great joy by themselves, about to get pinched. Yeah, I was going to say, Psycho there, just, they knew where it was, right? Like, they knew what was coming. But yeah, so good from Iran on this defense. I talked about how good it needed to be, and they've started off 2-0. The question remains, though, can they keep up this momentum? They have to keep up this defense. They have to try and put as many rounds on the board. It is going to be the flood in from Nigeria, though. You call it a B rush. This is an A rush. And it's getting the job done. Nade going to come out, though. And it's a 1v5, just like that. And bomb's going to go down.
The bomb has been planted.
Wow.
Yeah, post play now for Mdu.
Hello?
Hello?
That round, but it's not over yet.
Surely.
Do you just want to throw it back on Mdu real quick? What was going on there?
What was that?
He literally just walked in front of him and threw it back, and then just got shot in the back of the head. I don't know. That was.
That's like the 4:3 aspect ratio. Like that's the black bars or whatever it is.
That's something. That's like I don't know what ratio that is. That's I don't know, man. He's not locked in, I guess. Yeah, that was weird. But we're gonna ignore that and keep going forward. Nigeria with the round on the board. And it was a pretty much set round anyways. Viva, though, with the first blood. Mandem going to drop to the set nade. Now bomb going down, potentially from Greatjoy. He tries to find and stretch this bomb site. Nade's trying to go back and maybe get that trade. Not quite, though. And look at the setup. Everyone locked in. They need to have middle of the map locked down. Can be very awkward here on these sight lines. Mdu trying to open things up with a sniper. Can be deadly at times. Some snowflakes flying off the weapon. We'll see if he's as icy. Maybe trying to get this engagement. Anyone going to give it up? Trying to go for the wall bang as well. Pistol in hand. Does get a quick shot. Wow. Quick scope, sorry. And it's kills back and forth for these teams.
Oh my god. That was insane. I thought he was about to go a little nuclear. Now it's just 4G. Oh, does find one. Cannot find the other, though. So, a little bit of ice, bit of run. 3-1. And looking good. Do need to close this half strong. If they can go 5-1 or even, you know, we saw Russia go 4-2.5 and then Poland just pull it right back to 4 apiece. So, no lead. Survives contact with a half time, which is why they need to extend it as much as possible. Yeah, Nigeria just got to work on finding ways into round. First kill's going to be helpful, though.
I'll pick right back. M2 on that scope. Looking to get some damage in. Man with the PKM trying to get in. Maybe get some wall bangs with this PKM. Get some tags into one, but 41 seconds on the clock. Looking to try and get something going. Post plan in effect. Have a lot of stuff to do. Not a lot of time to do it. You can see the spot behind the hay bale. Looking to try and pose a threat. A lot of players looking at him. PKM through the wall. Could just cause a distraction. Devilman with a trade, but he's going to get 2 for him. M2 as well with that sniper. Still trying to engage. 2 versus 2. As the bomb ticks down. 18 seconds left. Not a lot of time to do it. Can't get their way in. Devilman continues to lock down this site single-handedly as Psycho now trying to go for that defuse. No time on the clock. Not going to get it. Devilman with 4 for the round and locks it in for Nigeria.
Yeah, huge round for Devilman right there. Just, you know, Nigeria, if you've gone 4-1 down, then it starts to, you know, the mental for the final round just feels a little rough. But to bring it back to 3-2, to be able, with Iran's dominance, to have a tied half would be absolutely huge for Nigeria. And we're just going to go on board with Devilman, who's just going to absolutely sprint through some smoke and get owned because of it, though. I mean, I love the attempt, catch them off guard, but it does mean Nigeria are going to be a man down.
That's kind of how it goes. Drop that first player. Iran have been great at finding those first picks, but not only finding them, also bouncing off the back of them and finding more engagements, as we saw there. Eric's able to find one off screen. Now we've got a 3 versus 5, sorry. Post plant in effect. Had a great hold last round, Nigeria. We'll see if they can find it here again. It's going to be Greatjoy now in the front. Finds Viva. Second one trying to tell on that heady, but Greatjoy's going to find a second. And now Devilman, sorry, K-Money, going to drop Devilman's position last time, but it's going to be the rest of the team. Psycho breaking that site wide open and grabbing Iran, their 4th round here against Nigeria in the 6th. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, just really good, right? Like, you saw Iran, like, lose the first member and then lose the second member, and I think they realized, oh, like, this is not going to work if we just go in one at a time. So they just absolutely bum rush it and then find all the kills, and then it's over, right? In a 4-2 half. So back-to-back matches, by the way, where we've seen 4-2 halves. Now it is going to be Iran on the attack. What can they do, though? That is the question. Bomb is dropped. Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, she has no idea. Oh, he's going to see a foot right. Oh, dear. That was awkward from Aries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what can you do there?
Oh.
Awkward situation. And dude, trying to give the scope of the sentry. Not going to quite happen. Finally locks it in. 2v3, though. Bomb yet to go down. Might come here from Nariman. Okay, money. Devilman's going to find M2. 2 versus 1. Nariman, the man who did it all on the hard point, now looking to try and do it here on the surge. Iran in a tough situation. In this round. The start coming in. Able to find one. Gets away with his life as well. Devilman looking to get aggressive. Trying to find the scope. Nariman just sliding around this tractor. Going for the chow. Gonna get it as well. Not quite sure what Devilman was doing, but he's sent to the depths of hell. 5-2 now for Iran. As Nariman clutches it out in the 1 versus 2.
Oh my god. What a clutch that was. That was huge. Like, genuinely, been watching a bit of the CS Major. Saw James do that earlier as well. Just running around. Just an inanimate object, trying to get it to work. And Iran, what a huge play that was from Nariman. To find that 1v2 was insane. Oh my lord. But again, look at the passive setup from the attackers here. 1 kill apiece. But Nariman, also first one dead, so at least makes it a little bit easier for the side of Nigeria. But Oh my lord. Still can't get over how insane that 1v2 was.
Yeah, I mean, that's just... I mean, you can't make those mistakes. Yeah, I mean, it's insane. I mean, you give up those lives, you got to pay the price. Here comes a very interesting attack coming out from Iran. They've already lost a player, but now 2 going towards the house. 4G going to get caught off guard. Greatjoy not going to move an inch. Just letting his player die. They've taken the lead with the life count, but unfortunately gets traded back immediately. Mdo as well, not going to let that slide. K-Money dropping 2 versus 3. It's a great pinch onto Greatjoy. Beautiful communication, and Devilman in a 1 versus 3.
Yeah. Devilman.
The bomb has been planted.
Gotta go nuclear here. Gotta pull out his best Nariman impression. Oh, does find a headshot though. Will reposition. And will get found by Mdo in the top with the snipe. And Iran gonna have 4 match points to send us to a map number 3.
Nigeria is struggling here on this search and destroy. Close rounds, but just unable to pinch them out. We'll see here. Iran match point. We're going to try and take the 7th. We'll see Aries here on the scope. We're going to try and get some value. Nariman going to be the first to draw blood. Devilman falling. They're trying to lock down this A-side defense. Greatjoy trying to go in for a Chell. The sniper now in from Aries on the support, but it's a big Chell from Psycho trying to go for the pre-fire. Not going to happen. Viva, though, off the back, able to find 4G. Greatjoy now dropping. All left up to Mandem in the 1 versus 4. He's able to find 1. Finds a 2nd as well. A disgusting shot off the back of that. It's a 1 versus 2. Stops for a second. Takes a breather. It's all right. Take your time. You've got 1 more kill to find here in the mid, and he's going to find it. 1 versus 4. Turned into a 1 versus 1. Maybe over the top. Not quite. Aries shuts down the hopes and dreams of Nigeria in the search and is able to take the 7th round and map 2 to stay alive in the series and take us to a takeoff.
Oh man, I thought he was gonna do that as well. Like, it's just one of those where you just see it all line up. Like, you see the clutches, you see the double, suddenly he's getting a triple, there's 1 more, and then yeah, it just climbs over the top. And I think if the timing had been like half a second, he would have seen him come out from behind the tank. But in the end, not to be. Iran very dominant on that S&D, 7-2 as well. Mdo with the 10 piece, the double digits. Everyone else chipping in, right? Like, Aries only dying 3 times, Nariman having an incredible clutch, even Psycho finding 5 kills, but yeah, Nariman with 7 assists, by the way, which is more than the entire rest of his team combined.
Yeah, I mean, someone's going to be playing those helpful roles, able to get some impactful damage in. And I mean, Iran just looked comfortable, though. I mean, you can see it even on the kill department somewhat, but just played their trades better, played their engagements, always getting first blood, always playing off the back of it, able to convert it into more successful frags and kills. Not what you want to see if you're Nigeria. You've got a control coming up. Hopefully they can reset a little bit, but considering how close the hardpoint was, how dominant the search was, I mean, I like to view control as a bit of a blend of both. You're coming into it. I have my favor in Iran here going into the control. We'll see if it plays that way, but I mean, that search is a little bit too dominant, and especially when you have to have that team chemistry. And this is coming from a set team from Nigeria as well. Like, these guys have played together. They know how to play around each other, but still getting caught off guard here in this series. Both 0-1, now taking it with a super close hard point. Not so close on the S&D. We're going to have to see how the control goes on takeoff. It's going to be a very, very interesting map here, I've got to say. It really is.
Yeah, I agree. I think Iran, all the momentum, right? Like, especially when you have such a big comeback on the hard point, then you dominate an S&D. Like, surely you go into a control with just, like, all the confidence in the world and thinking, like, well, we only lost by 5 points. We won by 5 rounds. Surely we can just get this done. And then, you know, we play Poland for a spot in the next round. And yeah, I think if you're Iran, you're feeling confident. If you're Nigeria, you're a little bit shaky. You know, you're a little bit nervous. You know, it's time to just, like I said, just take that chill pill, kind of just relax a little bit, take deep breaths. You already won a game, right? Like, it's not like it's an impossible thing that you don't know how to do. So, yeah, I'm excited to see for Iran, that kind of dominance, and if they can really like push through it, or if Nigeria can bounce back, can find a way to really shake the tree and then make this interesting heading into week 3.
Yeah, I mean, this is the decider right here. It's going to dictate a lot. Nigeria, off the back of that Poland loss, now coming in against Iran with a very tough matchup for themselves. A lot riding on it. And I mean, you come into a control, you got to think about how you want to play this. I talked about briefly, you know, making those mistakes in Search and Destroy, right? Yes, they go a long way in a game mode like Search and Destroy, but they can really snowball in a game mode like Control, right? You lose some of those spawns, they start taking the point, then you've got to try and fight your way back. You start losing players, you try and catch up, then that point's lost. Suddenly they're on the next point and you're still fighting off the back foot. Happens all too often when they can just find that opening thread on an offensive round, and it becomes very difficult. It just happens all too many times in COD, in all aspects of COD. COD Mobile, normal COD, wherever you see it. It's just one of those game modes where it can be really deceptive in how it goes, right? You can have a team dominating, then all of a sudden you make that one mistake, everything gets opened up, and you pay the price for it. So for map 3, I just don't know where I see it going. I mean, Nigeria, that S&D really shocked me. I assumed it would be a little bit closer than it was. You know, obviously Iran with a bit of a chip on their shoulder. They lost the hard point by, you know, a smidgen, and then coming in, you've got a very, very tough Search and Destroy to bounce back off of, and they just excelled. Like 7-2, some close rounds in there, but really nothing causing them that much trouble.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit out of the discussion going on. It looks like Nigeria. Initially, initially it looked like Iran, but apparently Nigeria used a banned item. So, like, they lost the map anyway, right? So it doesn't matter. But if you're using a banned item and you're still losing 7-2,
what's the banned? I wonder what the banned item is. Now I'm curious. Is it what contraband was he smuggling? Some cocaine into the match? Like what did the border patrol find in this guy's inventory, in his class? What's going on? What's a banned item? And how did he get it in? So many questions.
So many questions. In fairness, you know, Spain played 4 maps, got DQ'd in 3 of them. So, you know, it's not unusual.
I mean, that's...
Yeah, like in week 1, they played a game with a banned item, and then they started map 2, and they hadn't bothered to change the banned item out. So,
I just thought, you know what, we've done it once, we'll just keep doing it.
Yeah, might as well just see what happens.
Can't get punished for it twice. We already got
surely they won't
once.
check again, right? Like,
yeah, surely, you know, it was just a mistake.
Oh,
starting off though, yeah, big kills coming out from Iran already as they get this underway.
Yeah. Iran on the defense, right? I believe. If I'm
correct.
Reading that correctly, yeah. This mode is still relatively new to me. Well,
it's quite confusing being new to it as well, right? Like there's a lot of elements from both. There's a life count where it starts to get a bit mixy, things slow down, it starts really hectic at the starts. I mean, COD in general, it's a bit weird, right? It's kind of easy to follow, but also very hard to follow at the same time, right? It's just shooting people, but there's a lot going on, especially if you're not used to it.
Plus shooting people plus other things.
Yeah, plus shooting people with bigger guns and more cool guns, 2 guns and laser guns. We see it all here. I mean, that's the beauty of COD. But so far, Iran doing a great job on the defense. We've got 1.5 ticks coming out from Nigeria, not the second on A yet, and a blue kill feed striking up here, 15 to 9, sorry, in life count. Very difficult situation for Nigeria to bounce back off of. Even if they get this A point, not likely they're going to get the B. But you know, Control is defensive sided, so we'll see how they handle this. 16 seconds on the clock, no respawns remaining. Nigeria, best of luck.
Yeah, 11-2. And Iran gonna tidy this one up, I can imagine, unless something absolutely, you know, we talk about in 5v5, someone going 1v9, but not the case this time. Yeah, I mean, it is one of those things that's like, you know, especially for someone who comes from Halo and CS, like, it's so much quicker and there's so much more going on, and that kind of lends itself to just a different style of player, right? And watching this is always like this mode to begin with was like super weird to me, but actually like you're right, it is so defensively sided that you actually have to be a really, really good team to find ways to win on offense. And I think that's kind of what separates teams, is like if you can win on offense, you're kind of proving actually how good you are as a team, that you're able to kind of find ways to win when essentially you're not really supposed to. For me, anyway.
Oh yeah, for sure, right? I mean, it's also about how much you win by, right? A lot of the times it can come down to those ticks, how many ticks you've had, sometimes even how many lives you've had if you're even on ticks. Like it has layers to it. We'll see though. Equalizer's being invested from Ares. Could be a bit of damage here. 2 ticks already on the A, so we've got double of what Nigeria had in round 1. Could be an entire cap here. Iran looking pretty solid here on their control so far. And you see Ares just goes to the spawns, trying to cut off those rotators. Now gets in the back, able to find the echo. They run out right as he's getting the pick. Unfortunately for him, wow, gutting. But they do get the A site. Blows himself up. Nariman able to find 2. And now the spawn trap may be starting to come in from the side of Iran. Nigeria down in lives. B still has to be capped at a minute 40 to do it.
Yeah, and you can see exactly what we talked about, like how good Iran is playing. That found a cap, got the reset. Oh my lord. 4G finding a great kill there. K-Money finding Mdu. 16 versus 9. Definitely not over yet. We watched the Netherlands versus Portugal, and I think the Netherlands had 12 lives to 5 and then almost through that map as well. So it is possible to bring back a gap so big, but the problem that Nigeria has is, number 1, they're running out of lives, but number 2, Iran capping that A point means that they have so much extra time on the clock that they can play as a team. They can kind of sort their lives out, especially when Ares just runs around the corner and finds a kill like that. It's 11 to 2 lives left, and Iran look like they are going to sign, seal, and deliver a 2-0. And we talked about momentum, and Iran just oozing it right now.
Wow, I mean, it is a very, very difficult situation now if you're Nigeria. You've gone down 2-0. They've won the attacking round. They had a very oppressive defense. You've got the Sparrow now invested from Viva straight away. See if Nigeria can pull out anything here on the attack. It is traded immediately from Mandem. You really shut down one of their specialists, but you still got a long way to go, especially about opening up this A zone. Hunter Killer as well. Coming out from Mdu. Sniper in hand, but some good picks coming out from Nigeria. Unfortunately, Ares on that rotation, able to find a good flank. Routman getting paid. Annihilated now invested from Mandem as they try and approach this B zone.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing as well. If you're Iran, like, you know, you've got, you know, such a lead, and now all the special weapons are starting to come out and all this kind of stuff that, you know, it just makes it really, really difficult. It's even more oppressive for Nigeria to try and find ways back in. But having said that, a tick on A secured, a second one getting to move. So it is at least in Nigeria's favor, this, although Nariman comes in with a beautiful 3-piece, make it 4. Oh my lord, a Fury kill, and Nariman just manages to destroy Nigeria just when they thought they were getting somewhere. Now it's 24 seconds and 11 lives left, and I have to say, as he gets the War Machine out as well, that Narski, this is done, this is dusted. There are 15 seconds to go and a War Machine running rampant. Nariman trying to find kill number 20. Ares trying to find kill number 20. And this is going to be done. Nigeria, so little time. 2-1, and heading into 0 unless they can cap it. But it's 12v3, 1 second on the clock. Surely no way that they can get this done. And it will be signed, sealed, delivered. Ares runs in for a 3-piece. It's going to be Iran with a 3-piece. And Iran, the reverse sweep in the BO3, they are going to lock in 1-1, and you'd have to say that probably closes Nigeria's chapter of the Nations Cup unless they can pull off something insane against Russia next week.
Yeah, I mean, considering they lost to Poland got absolutely worlds done by Russia, now coming up against Russia. I mean, yeah, look, I mean, I'm not having my hopes up, but, you know, you can never say never, especially in a game like Call of Duty. certain teams fare up against other teams differently and their play styles. We'll take a look at the scoreboard here. And what started to be a very hot series from Nigeria, looking pretty solid, especially leading that hard point. Again, almost choking it to Iran towards the end. That comeback was on. They still pinched it off. You were expecting maybe something in the search and destroy to come through, but they just got slammed. And the control, unfortunately, if you're a Nigerian fan, even worse. Not a great performance there in the control, and just a bit sloppy. Unfortunately, though, for them, they will be going up against Russia, so we'll see. It still gives them a chance. They're not completely, down and out, but a great performance from Iran, all things considered. Bouncing back off of that hard point loss can be hard sometimes, but they came into the search and destroy strong, came into the control even better, and, great performance from everyone. I think everyone kind of played their part. Everyone had their little moments. There's some highlights, but yeah, I think everyone played together well as a team.
Yeah, I agree. And yeah, GG's, like, in the end, I think, like, that map one was one of the closest we saw. I think Portugal-Netherlands was also like 250 to 245 or 240. So again, like, there have been a couple of really, really good hardpoint maps. But yeah, Iran then just, once they worked out how to get over that 60-point gap, it's like something just clicked, something activated, and then then it was full steam ahead, get it going and get it sorted. But that is going to wrap us up for today. 2 matches in Pool C down for today. Tomorrow, we'll be back. Same time, same place. It is Group D. It is, let me find out who is on the schedule. It is going to be Senegal versus France and Egypt versus South Africa. So 1 European team, 3 African teams. Gonna play tomorrow. It's going to be a banger. I've been Captain James Force. This has been Narski. The Aussies signing off, and we will catch you later.